But the important thing here is to stay hydrated. Yo, what is going on, everyone? Hayden here, coming back at you with a brand new video. And in this one, I've got an extra camera battery right here. We are going to be talking about conversions for your Shopify store. There's a lot of different stuff that goes into this. I've got, this isn't technically a whiteboard. It's called a flip chart. One of these things, I really like it. It's a really interesting material. But we're going to be going through and breaking this down. And before we do that, there's a few things I want to share. First of all, on a very unrelated Shopify note, this is just for you entrepreneurs in general because, well, this isn't just a Shopify channel. This is my channel. So myself as a person and all my businesses. So I want to share something interesting real quick that happened today. I was driving to a meeting in Newport, okay? So this person I was meeting with, he's about 30, does pretty well in real estate. He, without telling me, brought his friend who's about 45. This dude's worth a few $100 million. And when I was leaving, one of them, I had another meeting after this for something that wasn't as important. One of them invited me to come with them to not quite a meeting, but one of their house where they were kind of all hanging out, having beers by the pool on a Saturday, because it's Saturday as I'm filming this. And I'm like, yeah, sure, of course. So I canceled my other meeting and I went there. And what was really interesting is it was like 20 to 25 people, all like at least double to triple my age easily. And I made it a point to talk to every single person. And out of that, I'm just going to wrap this up real quick for you guys so we can jump into this. Out of that, I believe now I'm going to be sinking about $500,000 to $1 million into a deal with one of them where they pretty much are just letting me come in as like the smallest investor on one of their investments, where they're pretty much just doing me a favor. Like they're going to make less money so that I can be a part of it. So really, really cool. And the lesson out of all that is network. Constantly push yourself. I did not feel comfortable in that situation. I had no idea where I was or what I was doing, but I made a point to just talk to people. Just talk, be positive, spread positive energy. And out of that, hopefully a lot of cool relationships for sure, and maybe another business deal. So that will be interesting. But anyways, we're going to get to the point inside of this video. I know there's absolutely nothing written down, but conversions for your Shopify store. The thing I want to point out first is that a lot of people, and this has happened to myself, get a lot of visitors. I kind of got inspired to make this video because I saw someone post the other day flexing that they had like 3,000 visitors at their store, but they didn't show any other numbers. And I was like, that's sick. But I mean, I've run Instagram influencer shoutouts where I have like 1,000 people on the site live and get next to no sales or just a handful of sales. And on the other hand, I have friends who run stores and they're really focused on getting a lot of people, right? You want traffic, you want people because that will bring sales, right? Wrong. If you don't bring the right people, it means nothing. So I have friends who bring thousands and thousands of visitors a day consistently, which is kind of crazy. They just do like general worldwide targeting with their Facebook ads, just some random crap, and then they get only a handful of sales. And by a handful, I mean like 2 to 5. So it really doesn't matter what your visitor number is looking like. It's what your sales look like. Because obviously at the end of the day, you want to put cash in your pocket. You want to grow the business and be able to scale it. And you need money to do so. So there's a few different things we're going to talk about. I've mentioned, that was a squeaky marker. I have mentioned before the app Horrify. Okay, I'm going to write this down for you guys and break down a couple of different things. Horrify is just a basic app, but it's how you use it and what you use it with. So while you might have, you're going to have to excuse the handwriting here. Horrify, there's more than just using that app. So this app has two main functions you can use, and it's actually two biases. People don't really break it down like this. There is, we're actually going to put this as number 1, there's scarcity, and then number 2, there is urgency. And the difference between the two is scarcity is the quantity. Urgency, okay, I'm actually going to write this down for you guys. I have no idea what we're doing anymore, all right? And so with that being said, it's not just using one of these two things. So the main two features on this app is scarcity or urgency, but there's two different structures you can use on it. So with scarcity, they have something where it's an actual countdown on how many products are left. And there's a few different routes you can go with the app Horrify. By the way, I have zero affiliation with them. I probably should at this point. But scarcity is where it's going to have some sort of countdown timer, but it's not time. That's what they have for urgency. It's a countdown timer. They have that where it basically says 6 products are left in stock, or there's 13 left, or you can flip it around and say 193 of 200 are already sold. So you could flip it any which way you want with this, okay? So it's kind of a thing you can switch it around, whatever you want to do. Scarcity and urgency, those are the two biases you can use. But it's not, this doesn't matter. It's not just that. If you just use the app Horrify, that's not going to increase your conversions really. And honestly, in my opinion, people overdo it with this one, with the time. The countdown timer where it's just a clock that says 17 minutes and 41 seconds left. It's not going to do anything for you, especially since a lot of beginner dropshippers use that. You have to use it in conjunction with something else. So for example, you need to make sure it portrays into the other two steps, because your product description, which is where this is going to be, is only the third one, description. But there's two other steps before this. There's one and there's two. The first one here is your ad copy, okay? Excuse me, that one's not ad copy, that's just ad. And then this one is ad copy. All right, mixing up my words here. So it goes like this. It's boom, boom, boom. It's a 3-step process, but you need to make sure that they're all in order. And the reason for that is very, very simple. When you're running your ad itself, and I'm not talking about like the actual ad, like the in-depth targeting. I mean the ad. What are people seeing? The picture or the video. And then after that, the ad copy, which is a part of that. These two are more so intertwined, and then this one is on its own. So with this, your ad, for example, I'll throw up a picture of some crappy example I probably made before for an example. Something where it says, free necklace today only. You're dropping a clue. People don't build off of that ever. This is a whole sequence. So, and this is just one of the things we're going to talk about. But the ad itself, so you're saying today only. Well, now you need to build off of that, okay? Then in the ad copy, you're going to expand upon that just a little bit more. And then you're going to give them the full information in the description, which also is technically the product page, okay? So a lot of people don't ever follow that. They really just say it maybe on the product description or the product page itself by using Horrify. They don't mention it in the ad or the ad copy. You need to follow through with whichever one you're using. And by the way, pick one of these. Use either scarcity or urgency. I would not recommend using both. That's conflicting signals. You want to make someone feel a certain way, so you're going to push that way. So I would recommend using one of those, but follow this 3. Everything you do, and this relates to more than just using scarcity or urgency, it's a 3-step process as people see and read and move through your campaign. Now, for those of you who are just starting, like you have a brand new store and you're trying to get things going as fast as possible, there's a fun little thing you can do on the end of descriptions that I've recommended before, but please be careful with how you do it, because some people, in my opinion, cross an unethical line. You can get ideas. And now this might sound stupid. Just think about what I said. I said get ideas. I didn't say take. I didn't say steal or borrow. Get ideas. And what I mean by this is for your product description. I've said this before and I'm going to say it again. We were raised to be smart consumers, yet because of how the school system is structured and our parents raised us for the most part, everyone is just stupid. We're blind. We're hollow shells walking around like idiots. We're pretending to give a damn about what we're buying. You see this marker here? You know exactly what it is. You saw me use it. If I showed you this video and I'm like, hey, you want to buy this right now? You have a whiteboard, but you don't have a marker. You would still want to read a little bit more about it. If that information was there, it would help more people purchase it. Talking about how, it's made out of some biodegradable plastic, or it's healthy for the environment and low odor or whatever, like all this different crap, whatever. You want to read more about it because you're pretending to care, because that's how you were raised. So here's where it comes into the get ideas. You can use this from other sites, and then the bigger main one, sites, and then Amazon, I can't spell anything today, and eBay. What the frick? Why can't I write anything? Just the main ones, all right? You can find other people's sites on that. One thing you can do is, I know we've talked about the Facebook product research strategy. That's the best way to find other stores that sell products in your niche. You look up on Facebook in the main search, something like Expo marker, free shipping. And from there, you're going to get to see all the different posts. You find the ones that have the most engagement, and from there, you can see their page because they're running ads to it, and then you can go look at their store and get ideas. Don't copy it. Don't copy paste it. But if you are struggling to come up with a product description, that is going to be key, because if you're struggling and you can't come up with it yourself, get an idea from somewhere and then go build off of it. You need to get in that creative flow in order to increase your conversions. And now, one of the things I recommend too, your overall conversions, just as what they are, your conversions, is going to be shifted over time. So it affects a lot in your marketing, first of all, when you're running ads and first starting to test. For example, with Facebook, it's going to take time to get that conversion rate up, because you're testing so much stuff with Facebook, assuming you're doing that platform, you're testing so many different ad things that it's just some of it's not going to work. So much of it won't work. So it's bringing a lot of people that aren't going to convert. That's not indicative about your overall Shopify store. You have to figure out your audience, and then once you're marketing to them, you've been doing that, that's an accurate read on your conversion rate. So don't take it too seriously in the beginning, but I do recommend you get it going as fast as possible so that you can get a read. Like Shopify, look at this. All right, I'm going to draw out this table. This is what it's, we're going to go for a new one. We're going to go for an entire new one here. All right, you've got this box. This box is your life. Out of your life, nothing else matters except opening up your Shopify store. okay? That's all that matters to you nowadays. Your Shopify store, you have approximately 14 days, I'm not sure exactly how many hours that is, on the trial. Out of that, you can go through and do a full setup, okay? You should be able to fully build your Shopify store, install any apps like Horrify we just talked about, get everything set up, get ideas for your descriptions. Realistically, you can do that in 3 days. I'm just gonna say a week. Let's call it 10 days if you have no experience and takes you a long time to figure it out. You gotta watch tutorials and whatnot, whatever. But you should make this your priority. Join the 14-day free trial for Shopify if you haven't already. I'm gonna leave that link down below. That's the simplest thing ever. While you're on there, you need to get everything set up, because if you're gonna be paying for Shopify, whether it's $30, $100, $10 million, it doesn't matter. You should be using the service. So if you're not making sales yet, you're not fully utilizing what you could or should be, right? Why do you want to spend money on something that's not making you money? So make it make you money by using everything we've talked about in here and all these other videos. Use that to your advantage, but you need to increase the store's conversion rate. Because if we go back to this one, I don't know if that's an effective way to pull it down. All of this, one simple app like this, and this is just one of the apps. There's more things you can do. I can talk about other apps if you guys want like an updated app video. There's more than just one way, or there's more than just one thing you have to do with it. Most people put up a countdown timer and that's it. They don't ever think about their ad copy or how it's portraying into their description or even the ad itself, what they're saying, because immediately when someone sees your ad, everything they see needs to hook them. My wash is done, I guess. Everything they see needs to hook them, and then from there, it needs to position them in the right way to then have the right state of mind about what's gonna go on. You're pre-framing them and putting them in that structure so that then when they fully see it with the visual aid, that's what this is, then they're gonna be really like, it really helps push them to actually go over the fence and check out. So that's a few things. I'm gonna retire off of this video here, but I hope that helped with conversions. If there's anything else you guys want me to talk about relating to apps or conversions, or any questions you guys have, drop it in the comments down below. And as always, if you haven't already, be sure to join the Family Jelly Gang by hitting that nice looking subscribe button and drop a like down below. And as always, I'll be seeing you tomorrow in the next video. Peace.